Hello everybody, Joe with Gramophone here at CEDIA 2023. We're at the Harman Luxury booth and we're with our old friend Jim Garrett. Jim, how are you?
I'm good, how are you, Joe?
Good, great to see you.
Good to see you.
At Gramophone, we've been doing some JBL business for a while now, and Jim, you've got quite a few new things actually here from JBL, so if you don't mind introducing our viewers to that.
Sure, yeah, I've got a couple of things we'll show you here. We've had our Classic Series loudspeakers out for a couple of years now, so L100, we brought that back, then we made smaller versions, L82, L52. So those loudspeakers have a really cool retro vibe to them, but we knew that people were using them with electronics that were decidedly more modern in appearance, and it really kind of ruined that retro vibe when you put it with a modern black component. So we went back to our JBL products from the late 1960s, and we took inspiration to create a line of electronics that had that same retro appearance, but very much brought forward modern features and connectivity and the type of performance you'd expect from component audio today. So the Classic series of electronics has now been expanded into a range of 5 models. These are 4 of them here. These are the 4 newest members. So we'll start here. This is the SA550 integrated amplifier. This is a product that features our G-Class amplifier technology, so it's 90 watts per channel G-Class. It has a high-res DAC in it. It has high-res Bluetooth connectivity, so that if you want to stream anything from your phone or your tablet, you can do that. And then from a wired connection on it, high-res DAC built in with digital inputs, analog connectivity, including a moving magnet phono stage. So the SA550 is the great piece that will work with any of the Classic Series loudspeakers. To the left of this amplifier, we have 2 digital sources. We have the CD350, which, as its name implies, is a compact disc player. And above that, we have the MP350, which is our music player. It's a streaming audio player that brings modern, high-res streaming audio capability into a product that very much looks like a retro product. We knew with people that had vintage hi-fi systems that wanted to bring in streaming, they didn't want to have a modern-looking component, black face, big video screen. They wanted something that looked vintage. So this guy, having the machine front panel, the walnut wood side panels on it, our vintage JBL logo, this fits the vibe of a vintage hi-fi system, and this gives you wireless streaming audio capability, Chromecast, AirPlay, room-ready capability. We've got the JBL Premium Audio app that makes this a very simple thing to get up on your networking and get up and running with high-res streaming audio.
So Jim, just real briefly, so this retro looking component, because it's got a high resolution DAC and streaming capability and Bluetooth, it's really a modern component in a retro. Very much a modern component in a retro chassis, yes.
Love it,
love it.
And then continuing our theme over here, this is the TT350. Vinyl's been on a resurgence for a number of years now. We're seeing younger generations that wanting to get into vinyl playback. But for us, with the Classic Series, it was only appropriate that we create, as I like to call it, an homage to 70s turntables here. So the TT350 is very much a retro style, but it's a very modern performing turntable. It's a direct drive player. You can see we've got a walnut chassis, machined aluminum front panel, our vintage JBL logo. This is a direct drive player. We've got an aluminum chassis, rubber platter mat, our S-shaped tone arm, removable head shell, moving magnet cartridge comes installed from the factory. And then of course, a period correct smoked dust cover to help protect both your records as you're playing and your turntable in general. And this is a great piece to go with the integrated amp and the digital source players that we have in the range.
And then we've got a pretty cool subwoofer over here.
We do. So with the smaller loudspeakers being available now, the L52, the little guy that we have in the range, we introduced the L10 CS as a Classic Series subwoofer. This is a 10-inch down-firing sub. It does have a white cone woofer, as the Classic Series does. 500 watt peak power capability on it, and this is a real wood veneer enclosure. It's the same walnut vinyl that we offer on the loudspeakers. It's available in natural walnut or a black walnut finish, and it's the perfect companion to go with the L52 or the L82 loudspeakers. And then, Joe, the other thing I was going to tell you, the loudspeakers themselves, the L82 and the L100 are getting Mark II versions. We've announced them already in Europe, and they'll be coming to the US market here at the end of the year. And what that is an upgrade to the transducers and the network and the inclusion of a by-wire input terminal. And that'll be available again, L82 Mark II and an L100 Mark II, and that'll up the performance capability of those two loudspeakers in the Classic Series range. So while we're talking about the Classic Series, I also want to show you the L75 music system. This is a product that we introduced about 2 years ago, and this is our first fully powered all-in-one music system. Part of the Classic range. This replaces a traditional component audio system, and this is an all-in-one music system, speakers, amplification, all the sources that you would need, and it's in the Classic Series enclosure with a natural walnut wood veneer on the cabinet, the black Quadrex foam grille. This even takes inspiration from JBL products from the 1950s and 1960s with this curved front panel. This was inspired by the JBL Paragon. And the idea of that curved front baffle is to give a much wider soundstage from a product that's not as spread far apart as what you would have with a traditional pair of loudspeakers. This guy gives you all the connectivity you want. You've got wireless capability with Chromecast, AirPlay. You've got high-res Bluetooth connectivity in it. This is a room-ready product, so I can get it on my network and stream music to it. I've got some legacy connectivity in it, including a moving magnet phono stage. We've got line-level inputs for analog. We've got digital inputs on it with a high-res DAC built in. And we've included an HDMI ARC input. And the beauty of this is, this allows you to connect the product to your television. So if you want to use this as audio for video, this would be an upgrade from a soundbar, that customer that wants to move up from there. We've included a subwoofer output as well, so the little subwoofer we just talked about is a great match with this guy as well. And that gives you a good 2.1 channel system. So I could connect this to my TV and watch movies with it. It's still my audio system. I could do gaming with it. There's a lot of good features and capability that just make this everything you need, all in one simple, easy to connect, easy to use product. So the L75, you can see the video playing here in the background on it. We had a lot of positive response about this, but also some requests to have a smaller version of it. So this little guy here, we announced this one just here in the last week or two. It's new for the show here. This is the L42 MS, and this is a smaller version of the L75. It uses smaller drivers, a little less amp power, as you would expect, but it features all of the same connectivity that we have with the larger model, with the exception of the phono stage. We've removed that and replaced it with a line stage input, but you still get Chromecast, AirPlay, Bluetooth, HDMI ARC. You get a digital input, you get an analog input, so it has everything that you need to be an all-in-one music system. Obviously a smaller form factor than the larger L75. We also offer it in this black walnut finish. So for people that want to have something that doesn't look quite as vintage as the normal Classic Series, the black walnut finish gives you another option. This is available in the traditional natural walnut as well. So this little guy will be a $9.99 retail price point, and this will be available near the end of the year. So this will complete our Classic Series range with the addition of our second music system. So we have a cool new finish that we're showing on the new 4305P and 4329P powered studio monitor loudspeakers. The 4329P was new for this year. This is a larger version of the 4305 that we introduced last year. These are complete self-contained hi-fi systems, everything you need to do high-res audio from a very simple to use product. You take it out of the box, plug it into the wall, get it up and running on your network, and that's your hi-fi system. You don't need any extra components, cables, anything to put together. Everything you need all in a system. Both of the products have the same features and connectivity, so they give us high-res streaming capability. They give us some legacy connectivity. We've included some prosumer type connections on the back, so you've got the balanced XLR, the TRS input. So that even allows these to become production tools if you're creating home content, making videos, doing podcasts. That's a great way to use it. We offered them in the natural walnut and the black walnut, but now new for this fall is an aspen white finish, and this radically changes the appearance of the product. It gives it a very clean and contemporary look. We've got a matte white horn, a white baffle, and this light aspen wood finish that's on them that offers a striking different option than the black walnut or the natural walnut that we have already offered the studio monitor speakers in. So again, this will be available on both the 4305 and the 4329P starting in the fourth quarter here in the US.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. and hit the bell icon for all of our upcoming highlights. You can learn more about these great products at gramophone.com and shop Sky by Gramophone for a secure checkout with fast and free shipping straight to your door. Visit our showrooms at Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland, and our amazing Experience Center in Timonium. Please visit our Kitchen and Design Center in Hunt Valley, too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.